Hello, this is part 3 of a 2v2 replay between, I'll just call it yellow and green, Surrey, Cass, Monstu, and Vince. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and unpause this replay. We have a teleportation coming in, Dryad coming in with bears, being able to really counter this particular expansion. Meanwhile, we're going to have Cass lose his expansion as well. But we do have a staff. Is that staff of teleportation? No, it's... Oh, he broke his staff of... he was going to go ahead and try to staff of teleportation, and then he go ahead and cancels it. So and now yellow going to go ahead and TP as well. TP to probably save his expansion. It is trying to repair that town hall. That town hall is very low on hit points, down to 160, 150, 130. We have a scroll of lesser potion of invulnerability, and that town hall is going to go down, but at the cost of a couple huntresses. That huntress is going to go down. Demon Hunter is going to go down as well. Hippogriff now able to go ahead and try to focus down this particular the Goblin Zeppelin. If that Goblin Zeppelin goes down, those units are going to be a little bit of a hurt. But the Dryad doing a very good job slowing down that one Hippogriff, trying to push it back, and it looks as though it is going to be successful. That Dryad is going to probably get picked up in just a second. No. Not going to get... Oh, gets picked up and is able to run away. Oh, Hippogriff now going after that Zeppelin. If that Zeppelin's not careful, if he dies over land or over those trees, it is going to be it is going to hurt. So that Hippogriff poison is now fading, trying to go down after that Zeppelin. A nice drop of those Dryads to slow down that one Hippogriff. Very nicely done. A nice micro here, and that Hippogriff is going to go down. Meanwhile, we have yellow now going after the main base of the green. We have Mountain Giants in play as well. So Mountain Giants, not a very common unit, but they are in play. It looks as though the main base is now getting low on hit points, and we do have no expansion for either player. We do have a Tree of War, Ancient of War still sitting at the main base. Archmage currently sitting at level 4. Mountain King currently sitting at level 3. And it looks as though this fighting is just going to happen. Those Mountain Giants are going to take a lot of damage from those bears if he's not careful. And Mountain Giants able to absorb a lot of damage, but and are a very good beef unit, except they just don't handle other melee units that well. It looks as though the bears and Dryads are now trying to make a way for the north expansion, or the north main base, and we do have the Archmage now trying to come in, trying to heal or try to save his expansion. It looks as though this may be the last couple peasants around. This may be very bad for the human player. The human player, if he doesn't have any additional peasants, is going to be pretty much out of the game if he's not careful. Destroyers now in play. We have a Death Coil on the Death Knight, and the Death Knight going after that Lich. That Lich most likely will survive down to 65 hit points and is able to make it. And we do have a long distance fireball coming in, perhaps on a unit. I don't see where it's going to come in and hit. We do have a scroll of teleportation now going ahead and trying to go after that Demon Hunter, and we had a long distance fireball hit a single fiend. Meanwhile, we do have yellow's expansion now going down to Mountain Giants, who are now doing siege damage. Very nice roar, trying to repair that one particular Tree of Life. That Tree of Life is getting repaired, trying to eat some additional trees, making sure that it doesn't take additional damage from those Mountain Giants. But those Mountain Giants doing a very good job trying to push them in, and it looks as though that Tree of Life is going to go down as well. We have the main yellow army now trying to play chicken with the main Demon Hunter or the Death Knight and other units as well. So yellow able to keep up, or the yellow human player able to keep his expansion, but it looks as though both players are pretty much out of gold. No one really mining at this point in time. We do have mining coming from Monstu, but Monstu is pretty much hurting for any economic advantage right now. No expansions up. Humans trying to rebuild his base, but it looks as though the Undead army is going to go ahead and try to take out this pretty much these two useless buildings in the back here. Perhaps it would be better to go ahead and try to pressure that main building. Yeah, he realizes that there's no real point in trying to pressure out those two buildings. Level 5 Demon Hunter in play. Fiends and whatnot are now going to come in. Mountain King now going to go ahead and try to take some damage. Getting focused down. Gets a bolt and a clap. Mountain King uses a potion of lesser invulnerability. We have some web going down as well. And it looks as though a single Fiend is maybe spell trouble. Is there going to be a bolt? Yeah, a bolt. And we have level 5 on the Archmage. Archmage is going to go ahead and perhaps transfer a potion of healing to the Mountain King. Mountain King uses that potion of healing now. Perhaps going to go after that Lich. That Lich is now low on hit points as well. That Lich is going to go down. Staff of Preservation. Wow, very nice coming from that unit as well. And we do have the Mountain King currently sitting at 52 hit points. Wow, that was a very nice play for the Death Knight to have a Staff of Preservation on himself to be able to save his Lich. So that Lich was able to, yeah, the Lich was saved. The Staff of Preservation is obviously purchased from the Night Elf player. And we do have a Staff of Preservation. Wow, that one particular Goblin Zeppelin has 4 Mountain Giants in it. So that's a very, very nice, very, very dangerous piece of, excuse me, dangerous Zeppelin to drop to be able to take down units. We have a sacrificial pit coming into play, trying to get in a shade. And it looks as though both players really just sitting out of gold, trying to figure out what to do next. It looks as though yellow does have an advantage in army size. Hold on, 120 total for yellow. Meanwhile, we have 108 coming for green. So pretty much even at this point. I would try to review all the heroes, but there's so much going on with the heroes that it's pretty much hard to tell. Death Knight should probably back up just a little bit. There's no real reason for the Death Knight to be sitting there stealing experience from that Lich. That Lich is going to get level 4 regardless of the Death Knight being there, though. So perhaps he doesn't want to get creep jacked. Demon Hunter currently sitting on level 4. Naga Sea Witch currently sitting at level 3. A Shade is in play. So Undead was able to see the yellow Night Elf army coming in before. So trying to get in repositioned. We do have some selling of some items. Now at 192 gold. Really, still no expanding, still no mining coming from either player. So the game still has quite a ways to go. So we're not quite sure what's going to happen. Demon Hunter down and does get a Staff of Preservation. Mountain King tries to do a collapse. All those units are slowed. Now going to go ahead and try to take some extra damage from those bears. Those bears going to do a lot of damage. And we do have Hippogriffs coming in as well, trying to take down some units. So that one Mountain Giant is going to go down. And to those bears, no, Staff of Preservation, nice. So units really being saved really well. Everyone using the units to the best of their abilities. We do have, it looks as though, Mountain Giant's being dropped. It looks as though that one Mountain Giant's taking a good amount of damage. Demon Hunter takes a bolt, but not going to take too much damage. We do have an ensnare on the Hippogriffs, and those Mountain Giants trying to run to the back of the base. There is a Goblin Zeppelin floating around, so that Goblin Zeppelin is able to save those units and pick them up. Hippogriffs now being ensnared again, and now they're going to go ahead and head down, so those destroyers are going to still be a major problem. Meanwhile, we have an anti-magic shell on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter taking not able to be bolted at this time, but if he's not careful, that Demon Hunter is going to go down. Oh, was it? What happened there? I'm not sure. Staff of Preservation on the Demon Hunter, I guess. Now we have Dryads now going down, now trying to go ahead and force back this army. Destroyers in play. Destroyers don't have enough, no longer have any more mana, but they are losing a good amount of their army. Dryads now trying to take down those destroyers while the bears are trying to take down those fiends. Back and forth. And now it looks like that Tome of Relics is going to go down. And it looks as though the destroyers are doing a good job focusing down those bears. And we have Staff of Preservation saving another bear. Very nicely done so far. It looks as though the Night Elf army, Green Night Elf army, really needs to join in on this fight. This is a 2v1, and it looks as though yellow is really gaining an advantage here. We do have a Scroll of Teleportation now heading back to the other side, and now it looks as though the Undead main army is going to go ahead and go down. No one still, at this time, no one is mining yet. We do have the Undead army, or the green army now trying to come in. Oh, we do have the Tree of Eternity, who is trying to go ahead and try to entangle a gold mine. We do have a Staff of Teleportation, or a Scroll of Teleportation coming in, yes, and we have the bears coming in. So those bears, a pretty small army, perhaps they didn't need to teleport. The Dryads were not there, and the Naga Sea Witch was not there, so green, very hard to track on this Twisted Meadows map. Here we have the Mountain King now trying to come in. We have a bolt on a single ghoul. Ghoul gets a very nice. Ghoul gets sacrificed to the Lich to deny some experience. I'm going to go ahead and pause this replay. Stay tuned for part 4 of this replay.